My name is Dominic. I'm an ambassador of Free Lunch Academy. Free Lunch Academy is a school of thought serving you food for thought, firmly rooted in educational entertainment. For more information, please visit us at our website at freelunchacademy.com and be sure to follow, like, and comment on all social media platforms at Free Lunch Academy.
Man, I feel like I did during the first section. No, like I did terrible.
I don't test well, bro.
It is. Test is just not my thing.
I ain't even finished the first section on there. I fell asleep.
You ain't finished.
Yeah, I was asleep.
Well, I can't say nothing. I got to guessing after a while, bro. My brain just blew out, bro. I can't be testing for like 2 hours on just one section. And we still got, what, 3-4 more hours left to go?
I started guessing too after a while. No, I did a good job.
You always do good.
I was
If I ain't fall asleep, I would have did decent. It's too long.
It kind of messed me up because once she was done, I seen her put her head down and it kind of.
Asking her the answers. That's probably what she
Dog, you seen that too, right?
Right.
They over there
He's
live and
trying to
this whole time like
scratch
he is not slick, buddy. Like,
I'll make some cheat sheets for the test.
You want one?
No, I feel
I
like
don't need it, because if I get caught,
waxed.
man, it's impossible to cheat on them things. They sit in different sections. Y'all know that they
by
get two different
themselves.
tests. No, they get two different tests. Like, cause like they sitting in two different spots, so they got the tests separate. So nobody sitting next to each other got the same test.
Yeah, but that don't mean you
you have
can't
fewer
remember the answers.
No, they not the same at all.
No.
Like they don't get the same answers at
I
all.
don't see how any one of y'all like testing. I don't like it at all.
I ain't saying I don't like them, but
I
I'm
don't like it
prepared.
at all.
So
I don't feel like I
make
do.
You was prepared or
I-
you wasn't prepared?
No, I am prepared.
I don't feel like.
I don't feel like I was.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm prepared. I don't care how much preparing that I do for it. I feel like as soon as the test is in my face,
I don't
all
know
of
if
that
I'm
preparing,
clueless, yeah.
all that preparing
Goes
goes
out the
away.
window, yeah.
Or sometimes this is how I look at it. When I get the test, sometimes this is what's always confused me so much. I do all of this prepping in class and homework, and then boom, when the test come, none of the things that I've studied or
It's on the
any of that
Just gonna
is
say
not
that
on that test
The
at all.
study guide is not
And
the
so
test.
like,
Right.
so
The study guide is not
so
the
it's like the study guide doesn't lead me,
The study guide is for technique.
got-
It's not
but-
for
but it doesn't like, but
repetition.
okay, sometimes.
So like, I understood that because my mother, she did some backup. You know, I went to another little tutoring. It wasn't just school, so I understand. If y'all was just trying to study for this through school, I'm understanding why you are not prepared. But I understood that it's for technique, not for, you know, repetition or for me to reciprocate what I learned.
So you took extra like classes outside of school?
Yeah, cause what you thought? They don't prepare
I
me.
mean, not everybody's fortunate enough to do that.
Exactly.
Then on top of that, I be playing sports. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't trying to take no extra testing, which I should, but I be playing sports, so I really
You don't
need
have
the
the time.
for that.
You don't have the time for that.
I gotta take care of my
Yeah.
younger siblings while my mama at work after school.
I don't
See?
even understand why testing is so important. Like when I was in, when I was at my old school, I did all my homework, all my projects, all extracurricular everything. But I always got like a D or a C in the class because I always failed a test or I failed 2 tests. So you telling me I would do work all semester, fail 2 tests,
And now I
And
have
I'm at a D.
I'm at a D,
And I got A's and B's.
and I got
everything.
A's and B's on every class.
Yeah, it's not there.
or vice versa. My
Exactly.
brother never did homework. He never did homework, never did classwork, never did nothing, but he passed every single test.
And he got an A.
And he got A's.
How?
Yeah, that's because
That's at least a low B, high C.
the
even
weight.
if
It
you
doesn't
don't
even
get all
matter. For
That
me to
is a
fail,
F. You only get like 4 tests. You gotta think about it. We get 4 quarters. We get 2 halves. So if I got 4 quarters and it's a test every quarter, and this man didn't do no work every 4 quarter and only took 4 tests, and he get a, and I'm doing all my work. That wouldn't.
I guess it's because the way that they look at it is like apparently all the work sums up to the test. So even if he doesn't do no work, if he passed the test, he must have learned something in their eyes.
So you telling me my work is now neglected because of the fact that maybe my test taking skills is not as strong as his, or maybe my memory isn't as good as his, or maybe I'm just a nervous person. Maybe every time a test gets in my face, I get nervous. You get what I'm saying? You never know. Yes,
Do I make
every
you
time
nervous?
you're looking over and looking at my test, you do make me nervous. So yes, I don't be able to focus because I have Dion looking at me like that.
Oh, and speaking of that, so tell me why last time when I was looking at your test, how come I got a D and you got a B and we had the same answers?
I don't know. That's
That's your
on you.
problem.
That's your
told
problem.
you
She.
that they don't give us the same test when we sit next.
She don't be giving us the same test?
No,
No.
that's not the same test,
She
bro.
told she specifically give everybody 2 different tests, and cause she said that they gonna
It's
do that
a
on
one
the regular
test and then a 2 is always switched.
Like,
Your
hey,
test is never the same.
Like what test you get today? You get test A, test sheet B.
I got B.
What you get?
A.
You got A.
I got an A too.
Who got B?
I got B.
Did you see question number 55?
I put whatever I felt like was the answer.
That wasn't
Can't
even.
think too
I didn't even look at that stuff in class.
But see, that's what I
No.
explained it
Yes,
to you.
no.
Maybe it's not fair, and maybe like I said, I took my parents did, took the extra effort to get me a free program to teach me the technique of what I needed to take the test. But it's not fair technically, because if I didn't have that, or if I didn't have the time to go to those type of things, then I probably wouldn't be prepared. But if these tests are gonna be weighed so much towards our GPA and towards what we gotta do in order to get out of high school, or like pick, even like some people finna have to pick a high school. Like them test scores that they had then, they tell you like, oh, your 8th grade year, that's the hardest year. You know, now it's junior year, this is the year that we, like, then I think that they should put more effort into preparing us, not just giving us the little tests that they do. Go through the test and show us like, okay, this was less about what apple was on the tree and more about who put the tree there, you know, type thing. Like, tell me what I'm supposed to really be doing, so that way when I look at another test, it may not be a tree and an apple, it may be a spider and a web, but I know what I'm
It's the
looking
same.
at.
Yeah,
you know what I
like-
mean?
Yeah.
So that I think that
Compare
should be something that should be, I mean, people gotta hold the teachers accountable. I don't think that's what we do. I think we think that they give us work if we get an A or we get a B. You know, we just digress and go to the next thing. When now, honestly, if they're, I feel like the test should actually be gone, but if they're gonna be there, then how do you prepare?
Man, I can't stand the whole test process and test us on stuff that we need for the future. I mean, I'm looking forward to high school. I don't know about y'all, but I want to learn how to do my taxes. I want to my brother telling me all the stuff about how to write my brother, he in college and he got to do stuff like this, and they teaching us what temperature lava turns to rock,
Hey.
but they not showing us how to write a check.
Yeah.
Hey, I agree with that. Like, look at, especially with the tax thing. Look how many famous actors gotta pay millions of dollars in taxes back because they wasn't paying taxes.
Not Drake.
Nah, not him, but like Wesley Snipes, Chris Rock. You know them.
Wesley
bunch
Snipes
of-
don't pay no
But I'm
taxes.
saying,
At the
like,
time he had to, but he didn't. See
I
what
agree.
I'm saying? So I agree with that.
I
We
agree
might
with
learn
it
that
because you
stuff.
gotta really think about it. If you think about it, my test taking skills, right? I'm not being tested on something that I feel like is gonna matter to me down the line later on in my profession. You know, so if I'm getting always tested about some work that I continuously doing, but you understand that I do the work and I understand it, maybe it's just I'm not good at keeping up that same, you know, energy for when it comes to the test. Okay, I done this already. Now you get me to the I done showed you I can continuously do this. Now you testing me on it. Okay, now I'm sitting there like, this is not what I was preparing for.
But I think that, like I said, it's more about the lesson itself. Because once, like when we was taking a pre-test, once we done, I take that pre-test and I go to somebody who, like I said, shows me really what I'm supposed to be, the bigger picture. Some things, some battles you can't pick. Okay, yeah, they ain't teaching us taxes right now. Yeah, they ain't teaching us how to write checks right now. But what they is doing, if we ain't gonna be able to write no check if we don't graduate from this grade in high school. So it is what it is. The curriculum has been set to what it is. But I would rather get through the curriculum with knowing what, you know, not missing it. You know, like it's going over my head right now, which is why I'm not prepared for the test.
If that's the case, tests shouldn't be worth that much. Then.
They shouldn't, but they are. So if they is, you get what I'm saying? If ain't nobody gonna change that, how you gonna accommodate it?
And another thing, why is it so long? My brother was telling me when he took the ACT, my brother said when he took the ACT, he was literally in class at 8 in the morning until like 3:30 taking one test. And they did it for 2 days. I couldn't focus for that long. At a point in time, I'm finna just start bubbling.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I get burnt out.
I'm burnt. After the first, honestly, this is how I look at it. I feel like if they're gonna test you, I feel like if they're gonna test us on something that's gonna matter to us. You get what I'm saying? Later down the line. So if say my strong suit is English, if I have a strong suit in English, test me on English. You get what I'm saying?
See, but
that's my
But
strong
that's
suit.
gonna take up too much time. How they just gonna go through every student to see what they good
They
at?
gotta-
And I'm not
Yeah.
asking you what you good at. I need you to
Yeah.
come up in that science. You feel me? Like, I don't know nothing about it, but I need you to pipe that. We need
But
you to
I
be-
do understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like I don't want no one to be like, oh well, even though science wouldn't be a strong suit for me, like, but it might be for you. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, why would I can't, they categorize us like, oh well, by score.
Yeah.
Your score might be higher in another thing like science, and mine might be English, but overall score, yours was higher for the science, so it boosts your score, but mine was not as high as yours. So I have an overall bad score.
You just gotta be a well-rounded individual, which is why the tests have every subject on them. So it's less about what you are good at. That defeats the purpose. It's really just for you to be able to, you know, hit something for everything. But yeah, like I said, the test shouldn't be. It's not fair to be like, okay, yeah, I failed the test, but I passed everything else. That's just whack. But if it is set up like that, how do I prepare myself to actually be well-rounded? Shoot,
You know what I
if
think it
15
should
is
be?
the borderline, let me at least get there.
You know what I think it should be? I think it should be 3 different type of sets ways that people would take tests on different type of learning. Like one way is hands-on. So like if I'm not the best reader or I'm not the best looking at a board, it should be a test on being hands-on. If I tell you to pick this up and put it like there, if I can do like this and do like that, that's my test. It's hands-on. That's the way that I learn better. Or I might learn better with watching somebody write something down. Now my test is when they write it down, I write it down. And then the other, it's 3 different types of learning. It's hands-on, is looking at it, and then is hearing it, listening to it. And then some people, they could just listen to something all day and then they just get it down. But I feel like before we start school, they should ask us, what type of learner are you?
That's the problem.
Yeah.
They haven't
Everybody's
established a
different.
learning style.
Everybody's
So
But if they do that, wouldn't the classes gotta separate like that too with the students?
It'll
but
still-
that
I
would
feel like
be
it'll still be
easier.
even.
I don't
Yeah,
see what's
it'll
the
be
difference
easier.
from me testing. What's the difference from them putting us in a general testing style that they have now and separating us from our learning styles? What's the difference? It wouldn't be as hard. They already separate us dealing with classes and how smart you are off testing.
Right.
So if I test good, okay, I'm gonna put you in this AP
We
class.
expect
But
a
if
whole
but
lot
if
of people
but look.
not putting in that.
But if I'm a great hands-on test taker, I can be in that same AP class as him because I know what I'm talking about. I'm just more hands-on. He might just be a good listener. But if regular testing, he's taking a good test and I'm not a good test taker, guess what? I can be as smart as him. Just as smart as him.
You
But
shouldn't
but
be
I wouldn't be
evaluating
able
all
to
your tests.
but I wouldn't be able to get into that same class that he get in because of the fact that I'm not a good test taker. I'm more of a hands-on person. You can show it to me, this, that, and third, this, that, and third, and I can come back and be like, hey, you showed me this. Let me
Yeah.
show you the same way you showed me.
Well, long story short, at the end of the day, when you get test B and I get test A, I'm gonna just switch with him so I can cheat off you.
Now I'm gonna tell.
Well, but hey man, shoot. To be honest though, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of agree. I kind of got to agree.
You
What?
said you ready for the second section.
I agree with Kev. I'm ready for the second section.
No, I'm finna go home.
Man,
Finna go
15
to the
minutes
bench.
ain't enough.